What's up YouTube? This is MTS Finance back again with another video, and in today's video we're going to talk about the recent market crash that's been happening, and I think it's going to have a real drastic turnaround coming pretty soon. So guys, just hang in there, stick and stay. We're all going through this together. Hit the bell for notification, like, share, comment, subscribe, and of course without further ado, let's get into it. Let's go. So, as far as this been going, it's been a crazy couple of weeks in the stock market. Everything has just been on a red, and it's just trending downwards. The tech stocks on a whole is getting beaten up so bad, it's crazy. It's almost like watching a fight, against Rocky and another competitor that's like so much lesser in fending for themselves than anything else. But I think we're gonna see a very drastic turnaround as far as this stock market goes, and it might happen sooner than we think. Because if you look at the Nasdaq has been actually going up, or is trending upwards in the past few days going into in the next week. We might see a drastic turnaround as far as these stocks trending back upwards, because a lot of these crashes that's been happening was, of course, the Fed and what they were talking about, the interest rates rising again, and all the bond markets, the bond yields, and it just brought a lot of fear and uncertainty, and a lot of people were just freaking out and panicking, and people just started dumping their stocks out of nowhere, and that just triggered a nationwide, worldwide market sell-off because everybody got scared. But of course, this is something that a lot of people have never seen before, because this was a worse sell-off than it was even last year this time. So as far as market implications goes, you want to make sure that you're capitalizing on these stocks that are heavily discounted. You want to make sure that you take a really close look at your portfolio and just go right through it, and just go through with a fine-tooth comb and just try to see what you can switch around and see what you can actually change. There's probably a couple of stocks there that you might have wanted to buy, but it was at a price point that you really didn't want to buy it at. But now everything is so heavily discounted that you could basically buy anything that you want, and you could get a discount in right now because everything is so beaten up. One of them is the tech sector. The tech sector has really been one of them that's been bleeding out like crazy. The likes of Tesla and NEO, Xpeng, and currently other stocks also like the AMDs and all the chip stocks and the 5G stocks. Those are all just been trending downwards, and they've been beaten up so bad. But this is something that I think we could look at in the next year and a half, and we will wish we could see these prices again with these stocks, that's so heavily beaten up, and we will wish that we actually put more money in and scooped up a couple more of these shares that are so heavily discounted. But of course, in addition to that, also, we've had some really good news as far as the Senate and them approving this stimulus package. Because of course we've gotten news over the weekend that the package has been approved. They finally sorted out their differences. They haven't really been fighting around as much as far as that goes anymore. They finally got it approved, and we're actually going to be seeing this package moving forward. It couldn't happen any faster. And I think that they were trying to get this done as quickly as possible, but one side was just holding the bargain up, and the other side was it was kind of like a tug of war. But now they finally worked out their differences, and they're trying to move forward with this so everybody could finally get on with their lives, and we could get to a better place sooner than later. And of course, the faster this gets approved, the better it might be for the stock market, because then it puts more money in consumers' hands, you get more money to spend. So in tail, it actually allows us to stimulate the economy just so we can get back to the regular everyday lifestyle, even though it's going to take a while before we get back there due to the pandemic and all the stuff that's been going on. But I think it's definitely around the corner, and we might see it a lot sooner than we think. Of course, they have the vaccines that they're rolling out. All of those things are going to be heavily detrimental as far as like moving forward with the economy. We have states like Texas that I've heard that's trying to get rid of masks and trying to make things feel that much more normal again like it was before. But we're going to see exactly how that's going to work out, because a lot of states haven't really ended that whole mandated thing with the mask, and a lot of people are still enforcing it, which I can't say that I blame them, because as far as that goes, you really want to be as safe as possible. That's what they're trying to do, just to keep everybody safe, and I'm 100% for it. Now, of course, as far as the stocks goes, and we, us basically getting our portfolios back intact, it's a lot of plays out there that I would tell anybody to look into. As far as the tech stock goes, AMD is a really good stock to look into. You got Nvidia, of course, Apple, Microsoft, Google. Those are the stocks that definitely stand the test of time. Tesla has been beaten up really bad, but I think that and the likes of NIO, XPeng, and a couple of the other Chinese stocks are really they're gonna push forward, and they're gonna pull through and make a dramatic comeback. And a lot of people are gonna be surprised at the price point that they're gonna be at the end of the year. So of course, we're gonna look and see what's gonna happen, in this week when the market reopens on Monday, and I'm just hoping for the best. But I think that this week is going to be green based on the news that we've had over the weekend and what the stocks have been doing last week versus this coming week. I think we have a dramatic upside to look forward to. Of course, this is MTS Finance. I'm your host, Supreme. Please hit the bell for notification, subscribe, like the channel, join the family, and as we always say, we think like the minority, not the majority. As we lead by example, many will follow.